In our previous class, we have discussed how to use if-else selection structure. There we have understood how to make a choice from two alternatives. But in real world, while writing programs, we may have to make a choice from multiple alternatives. So how that choice can be made is by using this cascade if-else selection structure. So how that can be done? We will understand this concept by using an example, a very classical example. So in this example, we are going to provide grades for the student by using their scores. The initial value of score is, it is an integer value. The score value, the value that is assigned for this score is 85. Now we have to allocate grade for this course. So how that can be done? So first, here the multiple alternatives are provided. If the score is greater than or equal to 90, then we have to provide a grade A. Now, is this true? No, it is not true. We are going into the else part of this if condition. Now, within the else part of this if condition, I have written another if condition, if else part. So now what this if is checking for is if the score is greater than or equal to 80. Now, if this is true, now we are going to provide the grade as B. So, what is the score? The score is 85. Now, what's happening here is we have verified whether the score is greater than 90 or not. Now, is it true? No, it is not true. Now, if this is not true, so we have come into this else part. Now, in this else part, we are verifying the score, whether the score is between 80 and 90 or not. Now, is it true? Yes, the 85 is between 80 and 90. Now, if this is true, we are going to allocate a grade of B. Now, with this, we have allocated the grade. Let's assume that the score is 65. Now, how this is going to verify from all the alternatives that are available? Let's check that. So initially the score is greater than or 90, greater than or equal to 90. Is it true? Is 65 greater than or equal to 90? No. So we are coming into this else part. Now within this else part, I am going to check this if condition. So this is how sequentially we are going to write the if else structures so that we can make a choice from multiple alternatives. So that kind of writing the program is what we call it as cascaded if-else selection structure. Okay. Now, what we have to check, whether the score 65 greater than or equal to 80. Now, we are checking the scores between 80 and 90. Understand that. Is the score between 80 and 90? No, it is 65, right? Now, if it is not true, we are going into the else statement of this if condition. Now, within this, I have written another if-else statement. Now, this if-else statement is going to check for the scores between 70 and 80. Now, is the score 65 between 70 and 80? No, it is not. Now, we are entering into the final else case where we are going to print the grade as F. So, if all these alternatives are failing, we want to print the final statement, the final grade of the student as means the marks that are obtained by the students are not between the 70 and 90. So we have checked all the conditions. So in all these conditions, this is not true. So if the grade is not, if the score is not between the 70 and 90, we have to allocate the grade as F. Now, as we are in that case of allocating the grade F, so we will come into this else statement, and here we are going to print the grade as F. Okay, so this is how we are going to make a choice from multiple alternatives that are available. So this kind of representation is looking very clumsy. So in order to avoid that, C programming language or any programming languages are providing these a feature called if-else if selection structure. So we'll try to understand that if-else if selection structure in our next class. See you in the next class.